Welcome everyone, one and all. What a privilege to be learning the Eibishter's Torah with you guys today. What an honor, excitement, the most important thing in the world, in Eretz Yisrael, the Holy Land, the chosen, the promised land. Okay, today's Amud is BROCHOS Daf Nun Vav Amud Aleph. We have 3 lines from the bottom of Nun Hey Amud Beis. Last 3 lines. Says the gemorah, Mashmur Banachmeni Amar V'Yeneson. They only show you in dreams things that you're thinking about. Again, we're still in the sugi of dreams, interpreting dreams. They only show a person things he thought about. Shenemar, it says in the Sefer Daniel, and it's all in Aramaic. Ant malkarayoincha, you're the king. Your thoughts are mishkavcha sliku. They come onto your bed. In other words, your thoughts are the things that are going to go into your brain when you sleep. And some say from the next pasuk in Daniel, and the thoughts of your heart, tinda, you understand. Meaning, I guess it means that in a modern psychoanalysis opinion, you'll understand your thoughts through your dreams. In other words, in your dreams, it's a way to understand the thoughts of your heart. That's Pasha Pshat here. That's the basic explanation. So, in other words, a person only dreams things that are relevant to what he thought about during the day. And you should know, Teda, be aware, a person will never see in his dream, like dikli the dava, you won't see a golden tree. I've never seen a golden tree. A person doesn't see a gold tree because it doesn't exist. You could see it, makes sense. You won't see an elephant that goes through the eye of a needle. It can't be, it's physically impossible. So I guess these are 2 things, why you need 2 examples. One is you're not going to see something that's physically impossible. That I understand. But you're not even going to see something that's physically possible that's just unusual. You're not going to see a golden tree. It doesn't exist. All right, so it says the gemorah. Turn the page. Now we're on 56. BROCHOS Nun Vav Amud Aleph. Amalei Kaisar Rabbi Yeshua bar Hanania. Kaisar is the Roman emperor, the Caesar. He said to Rabbi Yeshua bar Hanania, Amrisu the Chachmid Tuva. The word out there in the street is that you're wise. You're supposed to be this wise guy. You're supposed to be incredibly chacham, incredibly chachmid tumba. Very, very wise. Okay, here's my test for you. Emily, tell me, my chazinu chamay. What am I going to see tonight in my dream? You're so smart.
Wait, we learned before, it's not chachma, it's mazel. So the fact that he was a chacham is irrelevant here.
So we good question, great question. We learned before that the mazel is how you interpret the dream. It's a machlekes Rishonim. Others say it's totally in chachma, it's true, but places we still says mazel. He didn't ask him to interpret the dream. You're such a smart guy, tell me what I'm going to dream tonight. No interpretation. You tell him what I'm going to dream.
Okay.
How should he know? Because you're such a chacham, right? You know everything. What am I going to dream tonight? So listen to the story. Amalei, he said, you know what you're going to dream? Amalei chazis, you're going to dream the mishachri lach parsai, that the Persians, this guy's a Roman general, right? He says the Persians are going to grab you. They're going to get hold of you. V'gabibach, v'raibach, they're going to enslave you. They're going to rob you. V'gaibach, they're going to rob you. V'raibach, they're going to turn you into a shepherd. Shaksi b'chutu the dava, you're going to be walking around, you're going to be shepherding with a golden stick. Sounds like a crazy dream, right? Like wow. So what happened? Here at the whole day, this Roman Caesar, the Caesar, is walking around thinking about this. He's thinking about being abducted by the Persians and being a shepherd with a golden stick. And therefore, that's what he saw when he dreamt. Because he's thinking about it the whole day, so he dreamt about it. So the gemorah is trying to prove a case that he's going to think about walking with a golden stick. You knew how to play with him to make him think about it. Shvar Malka, Rashi says, was a king of Persia. He was the king of Persia. So he sat down with Shmuel. Amrisa the Chakmisa Tuva, they tell me that you are incredibly wise. You're a wise man, here's my test for you. Emily, my chazina b'chamai, tell me what I'm going to dream tonight. If you're so smart, tell me what I'm going to dream tonight. So what did he say to him? Amalei said to him, Chazis, you're going to dream. The Asurai Mai, the Romans are going to come, the Shavulach, they're going to take you into captivity. The Tachni Bach Kashaisa, the Berachai the Dava, they're going to make you grind dates in a golden rechaim, a golden mill. I guess golden mills existed because we saw in the Gemara before that people don't dream about a golden tree. Well, that's only because you don't think about it. But it turns out if you do think about it, so you'll dream about it. Well, I don't dream about a golden tree because it doesn't exist and you don't think about it. But if you do think about a golden tree during the day, so you could dream about a golden tree, you could dream about a golden mill. So he told me they're gonna captive you and you're gonna be grinding dates in this golden mill. Okay, Hirakula Yema. So the whole thing starts thinking about this. Hirakula Yema Velosa Chaza. In the night, that's what he saw when he dreamt. Now the Gemara says one of the hardest Gemorahs to understand in Shas. There's pages and pages and books explaining this Gemara. It's one of the longest stories in Shas, maybe the longest story in Shas. So bear with me, it's very long, very interesting, and it's maybe very worrying, very troubling at the same time. Like a lot of Mefarshim really go out of their way to explain what is going on over here. Story time. There was a man, Bar Hedya, his name was. So this is the story. Bar Hedya was a dream interpreter. Now this is what he did. If someone paid him, he paid him a good salary. He gave him he oiled the palm. He greased his palms. He paid him well. He gave him good interpretation. He gave a good interpretation. He said, wow, it's going to be so good. You're going to, If a guy came in and didn't pay him, he paid him badly. He interpreted the dream badly. It's very interesting because, why didn't he just say, obviously, some Mefarshim explain he did this because he wanted people to realize that, hey, when you pay, you get a good interpretation, so I'll pay the guy. Maybe it meant if you paid a little bit, everyone paid, but some paid a little bit. The implications, some people came in and didn't pay at all. He acted like he's doing it for free, right? And you just gave you gave a donation. There's a donation card. You can give a donation to the organization, right? He's doing it because he's trying to help people and interpret dreams. But really, he's trying to run a shrewd business over here. So he didn't tell people, but he wanted people to get the message. You pay me, you get a better interpretation, right? And we saw before that the interpretation, it kicks in, it has teeth. It's not just interpretation. How you interpret it is going to affect what's going to happen to you. So this guy, he had a business plan. This was his business model. I'm give a bad interpretation if you don't pay me. I don't know why he didn't just have a sign outside saying, it's $50 for a dream. I guess he wanted people to pay good money, and maybe if you have a flat fee, people won't give you nicely. If you tell people that there's expecting a 50 shekel donation, that's what you're going to get. When you tell people, listen, we're trying to build a shul here, so some guy's going to drop $1 million, right? That's how it works. I don't know what the business, what his svara was of it, what was going on in this guy's head. So anyway, this guy's a dream interpreter. Abai and Rava, they always arguing with each other in Gemara, but they were good buddies. Chazu Chama, they both saw the same dream. Abai Yav Lezuzi, Rava Yav Lezuzi. They came together to this Bayadji guy. Abaye paid him. Abaye, I think, was wealthier, and Rava was poor man. He didn't pay him. So, Amrle, they said to him, Akrim B'chaman, we both saw in our dream, they read to us the following pasuk, Sharcha Tavach Lenecha. These are psukim in the Techecha, in the famous rebuke in Devarim. Sharcha Tavach Lenecha, your cow will be slaughtered in front of you. And the rest of the pasuk says, You won't be able to eat it. You won't eat it from it. It'll be slaughtered in front of you, but you can't eat it. You're not eating it. You won't eat from it. So what happened? So they both had this pasuk in the Techech was read to them. Rava paid up the good money. He said, you know what's going to happen? Sorry, Rava didn't pay. So to Rava, he's told him, you're going to lose your business. Rashi says you won't be able to taste food. You'll eat, but you're not going to enjoy the food. You're going to lose your taste, but you'll be so stressed and so upset, you won't enjoy your food anymore. Unbelievable. Abai had the same dream, so he told him, you're going to make so much money, you're not going to enjoy you're not going to want to eat. You're going to be so happy, you're not even going to want to eat. So I know this is a yesod, major important yesod in life. A person can be so happy that he doesn't want to eat b'chol. That's what Rashi says. There's such a level of simcha. I don't need to eat now. I'm just so excited. You're so filled with emotion and excitement. You made so much money. You lose your type as a you're not interested in food. He said you're going to be so rich. You're not going to want to eat b'chol. It could be the type eat comes from depression. It's very, very. People who are depressed eat a lot. People are sad eat a lot. And the happier you are, the less you have to eat. Could be major dietitian, major diet health over here. Not that it's easy. It's easier to lose weight than to be happy, I think. But whatever. Okay. So it says the gemorah. So it's interesting. They both had the same dream, right? So obviously they told each other, "Oh, you know what I dreamt last night? I dreamt this. I dreamt this pasuk." He said the same thing. Well, what does it mean? All of a sudden, because they both had the same dream, they're both like, okay, we've got to go interpret it. So you both had the same dream. So they both went to the dream interpreter, is a bahadia, and he didn't pay, and he got the good result, he got the bad result, right? So in other words, why were they going to the dream interpreter in the first place? Like, why are they busy going to, the guy who's interpreting the dreams? Because they both had the same dream, and they're friends, and they were discussing, like, what does this mean? Anyway, so they had another dream. Amalei, they said to him, Akrinion, they read the pasuk. Also, the Techachabonim and Bonis Tailid. You're going to have sons and daughters. At the end of the pasuk says, that they'll be taken to captivity. Not a Geshemak dream. They'll be taken into captivity. So they both dreamt this. So what did he say? The Rava didn't pay. He told him, could be shusei. Like the bad implication of it, your kids are going to be taken captive. Your sons and daughters, nefishi, are going to be so many. Your daughter's going to marry into different families. It's going to appear to you like they've been taken captive. Your daughter's going to be married into choshev families. She'll come for Shabbos once in a while, but she's going to be more involved in their family than in your family, and you'll feel like she was taken captive. Big difference between the two types of captivity. Alkri and another pasuk. They said, Alkri, and they're reading to us, your sons and your daughters will be taken, also in the Techecha, to a different nation. Now, Abaye paid, Labai Omalei, Bonecha Bonesecha, and Efishin, you have many sons and daughters. At Amras Akrivach, you only marry your sons and daughters to your relatives. Vihi, your wife, Amra Lekriva. And your wife says, no, they should marry my relatives. She's going to force you. She's going to force you to marry your kids off to her relatives. That's like a different nation. You hear a terrible thing. Your kids are going to marry your wife's family. Okay, you married a family, so your kids will marry a family also. Sounds like a bracha. The Rav told him, the bisu shchiva, your wife's going to die. And now your sons and daughters will be under the hand of a stepmother. The Amar Rava, Amar Rav Yirmiyah, Barava, Amar Rav. Rav says, what does it mean? Your sons and daughters will be in the hands of a different nation. Zu Eishes Av. This is your father's wife, i.e. stepmom. I guess stepmoms aren't the best thing according to gemorah. I think nowadays is much better. I don't know. No, it's not much better. I don't know. Akrim b'cham, they read to us in a dream. Leich echol b'simcha lachmecha. Go eat your bread b'simcha. Another pasuk. So Labaye, go eat your bread b'simcha. Labaye, Omalei, mir v'chiskach v'achat v'shtisa. You'll make tons of money and you'll eat and you'll drink. The karis psukim mechedva, and you read this verse out of simcha. Mechedva deliver from a joyful heart. You'll be saying Leich echol b'simcha. Ah, wow, amazing. The Rav Amar, to Rav, he told him, how do you read this pasuk badly? Go eat, enjoy. Pasid iskach, you're going to lose money. Sorry. Pasid iskach, you're going to lose money, but you'll be saying this pasuk over to warm up your heart, to give you a bit of simcha. You'll be saying, you know. You eat a little bit, you'll eat and drink just to cheer you up a little bit. So, the Marsha says this case is different to all the other cases. You know, in this case, it's not someone saying to him, they read this pasuk. All the other pasukim, people said to them. This pasuk is, they dreamt that this is what they're going to say. This is what they're going to say. So he says, why would they say this? So what Bahedya told him is you are missing the first half of the dream. You remembered you said this pasuk. The question is, why did you say this pasuk? So to Abai, he said, you said this pasuk, you make tons of money, you said this pasuk, to Rav, he said, you know what, you must have missed the first half of the dream, that you lost all your money. And now you said this pasuk to cheer you up. Okay, this Bahedya guy is not a nice fellow, right? Okay. Akrinon, another thing they read to him. Akrinon, they read to me, Zera Rav Teitz, they read to them. Zera Rav Teitz Yasada. Your field will give tons of seed. Labai Omelei Maresha, Rav Omelei Mesefa. Tabai told him, the first half of the verse will come true. You'll have tons of fruit. The second half of the pasuk is, Zera Rav Teitzi, Umat Asef. You'll only be able to gather in a little bit. So Tabai told him, your sada will grow tons of wheat. You'll be a rich man. The Ravi told him, whatever you grow, you can't eat. Mat Asef, you'll gather in only a small fraction of what you planted. It's all going to go bad. It's all going to get ruined. So Akrinan, they read another pasuk. Zeisim yulecha b'chol gvulecha. You'll have olives, trees in all your fields. Again, the same idea. You said you'll have tons of olive trees. The end of the pasuk says they'll all fall. They'll all go bad. So he said to Rava, the end of the pasuk is what's going to happen to you. They'll all go bad. Akrina, they read to us the pasukim. V'roch olam haaretz. All the nations of the world will see. La'abay amalei nofak l'shma. V'dosh mesifta avis. V'doresh mesifta avis. That you're going to become, he said, your name is going to go forth. Your name is going to go forth. Everyone's going to hear about you. You're going to become the Reish Psit. You're going to become the head of the yeshiva. You become the leader. And people will be scared of you. It says they'll be fear you. You're going to be this impressive, powerful person. Everyone's going to be scared of you. You're going to become the leader. The Rav Amalei. So Rav, he told him, you know why everyone's going to be scared of you? B'dayana de Malka Idbar, the jewels of the king are going to get stolen. U'mitavsis magvi, and it's going to, a gun's going to take it. V'dayani kula alma, and you're going to be chapped as a gunvi. They're going to think you stole them. They're going to think you stole the king's jewels. V'dayani kula alma kavachayim, and the whole world's going to make a kavachayim from you. They're going to say, the whole world's going to say, wow, look, this guy, even Robert got caught stealing. So what's this kavachayim nach? Im Rava nechshad, koshken shechshadunu. In other words, everyone's going to say, wow, if Rava was accused of stealing, they even accuse Rava of being a ganef, all the more so do they think we're a ganavim. That's the kavachayim. Your mecha, they're going to become fearful because of you. They're going to be like, wow, we've got to be really careful. If they got him, then they could get anyone, right? That's the idea. Says the gemorah. Lamacha, what happened the next day? Idbar, Bedaina the Malka, the king's jewels were stolen. Vasu Tafsir Rava, and they grabbed Rava. Amalei, Chazan Chasa Apum Amalei, the Tafsir Rava, and they grabbed Rava. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what happened the next day. After this dream, they grabbed Rava and they told him you stole the jewels. Amalei, Chazan Chasa Alpum Dani. They said we saw a chasa. Vegetable, like lettuce, alpumdani on the mouth of a barrel of wine. So what does this dream mean? This is an interesting one. He said, huh? Yeah. Abai told him your business is going to grow like a lettuce. It's going to become big. It's going to spread out. Your business is going to be bitter like the lettuce. Lettuce is bitter. We eat it on Pesach. It's supposed to be bitter. Your business is going to be bitter like lettuce. Amalei, so they said to him, Amalei chazan bisra al pumdani. He said, we saw meat, we saw basar on the mouth of a barrel. Labai Amalei basis chamercha va'atu kol amel mizban. Bisr v'chamu minach. Your hold on. They said he said your wine's going to become really good, good wine, and everyone's going to come to buy your wine from you. The Rava didn't pay. Amalei takev chamrach. Your wine's going to go bad. What's called mamel mizban bisr lemechel bay. Everyone's going to, what's this? Washing. He said, your business is all going to go sour, like this, like all your wine's going to go sour. He said, we saw they both had the same dream. We saw a chavisa de tali bedikla, a barrel of wine sitting on top of a tree. You're going to sell all your produce is going to become high like a tree. It's going to go up in value. It's all going to get. The Rava Amalei Chali is kitamri. It's going to become, Rashi says chali means it's going to become sweet like dates. Your produce is going to be sweet like dates, meaning it's going to be cheap. Everyone wants to buy cheap schayah, right? So it's going to become a good deal. You're going to be offering everyone good deals to sell. It's going to go down in price. We saw a pomegranate on the mouth of the barrel. It's going to become expensive, like a rimwine's expensive. It's going to become weak like a rimwine. Some think it means it become like remind them of bad, like a bad rimwines. Remind them very often of bad. I guess pomegranates aren't always good. So kavi is rimwine. Your business is going to go bad like rimwine. This will maybe explain why we say on Rosh Hashanah, we should be zeicher like a rimwine, right? I guess it's very common. You have good remind and bad remind. It means you should make sure your mitzvahs are good. You should have good mitzvahs, because it can go both ways. You do lishma, shalom lishma, maybe, I don't know. Pshat. Why are we using a rimon as a fruit? But
there's a lot of seeds.
Yeah, I guess other fruit have more seeds. That's a kasha. So some say it's because each seed is the fruit. The fruit is the seed. Right? Each seed is the fruit.
And a pomegranate, yes.
That doesn't exist in anything else. Right? You got the fruit, you got the apple, the seed is that you don't need. Hey, the seed is the fruit.
Yeah.
Now, each mitzvah should be also fruit and also seed. It should give peiros and it should also grow into more mitzvahs. That's the Amkus. Amalei, they said to him, Chazan Chavisa the Nafal Abira. We saw a barrel of wine, the Nafal Abira, fell into a hole, into a bar, into a pit. Now, by Amalei, by Yitzchak, people are going to be searching for your business, for your schayra, kedar, Nafal Pit Abira, like people say, look, a bread falls into a pit, you're not going to find it, right? The Rav Amar, the Rav told him, Pasid iskach, v'shad is le'lebira. All your business is going to go bad, you'll have to chuck it into the well, it's going to be worthless. Amalei Chazin Bachamra, the Koya Istan. We saw, Istan is the head. We saw Bar Chamra that's sitting on his head, a barrel of wine on the head, V'nayar. Sorry, Chamra is a donkey. The Koya Istan, V'nayar, and barking. A donkey doesn't bark. A donkey
Praise.
brays. This donkey's braying on my head. You're going to become a leader. And a zoga and a meira, an interpreter is going to stand on top of your head. So it's a good thing. You're going to have some guy telling everyone what you said. You're going to have a shamash. He's going to go around speaking for you. Rava Amalei. So what do you tell Rava? Sorry, hold on. The words petach amar are missing from your tefillin. This is a really strange one. Here, Bahadja really went out of his way. He told him your tefillin apostle. So the words petach amar are missing from your tefillin. So Amalei ledidi chazili v'isei. He said, no, the words petach amar are there. In other words, petach amar is in one of the parshas of the tefillin. He said, it's missing the word petach amar. He said, no, it's not. I saw it. It's there. I checked my tefillin and I put it in. Right? I know it's there. So he told him is, Amalei vav the petach amar vadegai. The letter vav is for sure missing. Mitzvilcha. So the letter vav is missing. Now Rashi explains that we write the petach amar without the vav. So what was he telling him? What he was telling him is that the Sefer wrote Petach Amar with a Vav, and then he was Meichik the Vav. So it's tefillin apostle, basically, because you have to write tefillin in Keseda. So he said the Vav was there, and he was Meichik it. That's what Petach Amar means. Your tefillin apostle go by new tefillin. I'm not sure if that's what he means exactly. Rashi doesn't spell the last part out, but l'chayr, that's what he means. That there was a Vav and it was Nimchak. And you can't even see it because it's rubbed out because the Sefer raised it. Maybe you can see it. I don't know. But either way, it sounds like the Rishonim sound that like you made a mistake with the Petach Amar thing. In other words, these Petach Alaymas don't get everything right. All of it was Mukoyim. It sounds like the whole thing was Mukoyim. He had all these clauses. We're going to have to. Well, we've got a couple more minutes. We're still in the middle. We're still in the thick of this story. It's crazy. And then what happened? So Rava got smart. Rava's like, wow, this is crazy, right? He's giving me all these bad portrayals. I've got to step up my game. So what happened? He came back to him by himself. Rava went there by himself. So why did he go by himself? The Mepharshim explained why did he go by himself. He said maybe Abai is paying, so he likes Abai. He wants Abai to pay more, so he's giving me a bad interpretation. So that Abai coughs up more money, right? Because he's paying. It's like he'll give me a bad interpretation. So you know what? I'll go by myself. Why should I go this way? He's not going to give me bad interpretation, right? He was done with kafschus. So he came back and he said he went by himself. He still didn't pay him. Was Deshabriyasa? He saw his front door, the nafal, his front door got kicked down. Your wife's going to die. He says, he sees his front teeth, his back teeth falling out. Your daughters and sons are going to be killed, are going to die. I saw two doves flying off. You're going to divorce two women. I saw two heads of a turnip, of a pumpkin. Amalek train kulfas balas. You're going to be banged with 2 sticks. Other Rava Hu Yomi, that day Rava went out, right? V'Yosef b'Baby Drosh. He's sitting in the shul. Kuliyema, Ashka. He's sitting there the whole day. Ashka Chana Trey Sagi Nari David Kamtzi Badi Adari. He sees 2 blind guys fighting with each other. Not pretty. Other Rava Lefrukinim. So Rava went in to separate them, right? U'Machu l'Rava Trey. U'Machu l'Rava Trey. And they gave him 2 hits with the sticks. We're about to hit him a 3rd time. It's enough I go twice. I only saw 2 pumpkins. I don't get hit twice. So stop, you don't have to hit me anymore. The Soif, now this is where Rava smartens up. Rava's like, okay, I guess he's not going to be nice to me just because I come by myself. I'm going to go. I'm going to pay him. I'm going to wait over here. Nothing else is working. So the Soif, he comes back and he's like, you know what, I'll pay this guy. He said, I'll pay you. Here, take $1,000. The Nafal. He said, I saw a wall falling down. He said, wow, you bought Nechasim B'li Mitzorim, no boundaries. You're going to be unbelievable shefa. Panda. We got to finish on a good note. I saw a house to buy. I saw a house full, covered in dust. And he covered me in dust. Abai Shachiv, Abai's going to die. And this whole yeshiva is going to come to you. I saw my house falling down. And everyone's coming, taking stones from my house. The whole world's going to hear Torah. That's what everyone's come to take your stones. The whole world's going to hear Torah. I saw my head. This hajj this is good. He saw his head splitting in half and his brains falling out. He said, your pillow's going to lose feathers. So even a bad dream is like, your pillow's going to lose some feathers. That's what it means. Okay, we're going to have to end over here. It's getting very late. But we will carry on tomorrow. Be'ezrat Hashem. This is exciting stuff.
Brilliant.
Yeah.